So that's kind of the plan. I'm hoping to stream. I'm hoping me and Aaron can stream consistently together, but also I still do. I love my 60-hour RPG, whatever. And Aaron likes Aaron video games, horror, or four-player first-person co-op shooter, which there's plenty of those. Um, so what we'll try to do is like maybe I'll stream in the morning, just me, and then at night that's for the boys. We're hoping to kind of dip in our pool of friends. Obviously, you guys have seen Richie, Sean, Sean's girlfriend plays sometimes. Eve plays horror. That's a maybe whenever I decide to throw some balls. And
it's like the Venn diagram just laugh there.
I mean, right.
Yeah, but that's like the overall plan. Oh, everyone's
Yeah. And it'll be kind of the thing of like I'm hoping to make 2 Twitch banners. I have a day mode and a night mode. So if I am currently in a show and there's rehearsal every night, day mode, and just be like streams will be more focused early afternoon, morning. And if I'm not in a show, I'll go to later night stream. I think there's still people to meet that like watch Twitch at 11 a.m. versus like people that watch it at 7 p.m. exclusively. Kind of that balance of like there are early morning risers. Some of y'all.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. I wake up. I don't feel present. But, everyone has their ups and downs. But I'll get back on it. Like, my goal is to, at the very least, wake up at noon. I kind of used to.
Yeah, tell them what time you typically go.
I typically go to bed. Right now, it's been. I hate it. Not good. I don't feel good. Yeah. But when school starts for me, I'll probably be back to. I will have a 10. Yes, and it's like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I haven't had a Monday, Friday class for like. I'm just so used to having. And yeah.
How many hours you take?
12. Yeah. I'm gonna be going into my because I messed up with my elective. I'm in English, and I didn't take any English like for the fall elective. I was like, I didn't want to write. I was burnt out from writing. Now all I have left to do are, and you're not allowed to like triple stack English classes. Also just oh yeah.
Why you do theater, kid? Don't do theater unless you really want to.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm not a theater, but I love acting. It's my passion. Fun. I just hope that I'm good at it by not having education like Max without it.
Be able to figure it out, I promise. We want to talk about Richie drove out to location and saw. Do we want to tell that story?
Yes, it's too funny. You can't not tell it.
Okay, so Richie been on stream in person, not. How do I want to word? He is very hopeless romantic, very very sweet dude. All the good things, all the love. He just it's shy, and so we went to go see her in Lightning thing, and it was in this small like church area. It wasn't directly affiliated with part of the theater club, which apparently this school is notorious for not having a great theater program, and
right.
the club is apparently better. And
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. So the people that are not paying thousands of dollars for your degree might be better. Apparently.
Yeah. So they say.
I have no skin in this game. I do not go to the same school.
I know. I'm putting my head out, but like, how dare you?
Okay, so continue the story. You want to talk about your friend?
Okay. So, um, so I've told Richie about all my friends, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to get to meet them. And he had told me that, like, oh yeah, I want to meet this other person named. I want to meet this other person. I don't know if name dropping matters or not.
Well, it's up to you. We can do a fake name.
Fake name.
Candace.
Candace. Yeah, I want you to meet. I want you to meet. Gonna. Oh yeah, she follows my dog's account on Instagram. Because Richie's dog account.
It's a very cute.
It's a golden.
It's a doodle, but it's a mini toy. I think.
Not a poodle. It's a mix. Poodle's in it.
Yeah, it's mini something.
Yeah, and so he has an account for his dog, and he said apparently Candace follows that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just kind of took it to you. And they come see the show. Like, oh, this is a perfect like talking, like an icebreaker. And so I introduced everyone. I'm like, hey, this is Max, this is Candace, and blah blah blah. And then I leave to go get changed. It's just Richie and Max and Candace. And Richie's like, follow my dog's account on Instagram. And she was being really talkative and nice and a smile on her face, but when she said that, she like deadpan. Talking about follow my dog on Instagram. Like dead serious. No? He's like, oh, like show me. And he pulls out his phone and he has his dog like on his like lock screen. He's like, that's my dog. And he pulled it up and all the apps were blocking.
Yeah,
all the apps were blocking. So he was trying to like really all the apps. He was being really obviously like, oh, a lot of apps. And like, but this dog. And she's like, I don't care about that. Show me your Instagram right now. Like she's cut to business, cut the crap. He's like, okay. And he pulls up his Instagram, the dog's account, types in her name. By the way, how did he know her Instagram handle? Kind of weird that she saw him do that.
She had never mentioned it.
Yeah. And
Richie just knew it.
And so he pulls it up on his account and he sees that she's not following him. But there was another person with the same name. And he's like, oh, there you are. And she said, that's not me. I said, yes, it is. He doubled down. Like, no, that's not. And
imagine if Candace was like, oh yeah, you're right. And then he just got away with it.
Oh yeah.
That was a high risk to be like, no, I know your account better than you.
Yeah. So the confidence from Richie is like insane, but the delivery was a little choppy.
To be fair, this is the most confident Richie has been, and I do respect it. Because, you know, if Candace were following the dog account, that really would have been a good starter.
But yeah, it was clever icebreaker. Because I would want to know why.
Yeah.
Because Richie did not go to the same school as me either. So it would be, and so he decides to just like be like, okay, huh? Or she looks at Max and he just doesn't know what to do. He completely bombs on the wingman. He's just like,
I covered my face and didn't even look at them. I was laughing so hard, and this is when you came back, and you looked at my face, and I just shook my head. I was laughing so hard, I was like, no, I can't even fathom what is happening. And then, kind of left, right?
Yeah, she awkwardly left. Apparently didn't say a sentence. So uncomfortable. They just walked away. And then that's when it's right when I came back. I was like, I was like, so what's up? And Max is just like, oh my god, you don't know. I just saw.
I don't use this word often, but I was snickering. Like it was like the duck hunt dog when you and it comes out of the bushes. And yeah, that laugh. That was me. I had like, oh my god. I'm trying to think of like a show that's like cringy on purpose. It was like The Office. It was like I was next to an episode of The Office. and Michael Scott had done something, and I was Jim. That's what it felt like. And so we started leaving, and Richie's head is down. Like, Richie defeated, doesn't, just complete train wreck. And I'm behind him still laughing. I was very sarcastic that night. Mean, even. And I was just laughing the entire time. And then we get outside, and Richie goes, I can't believe I did that. I'm so dumb. She was so pretty. From across the parking lot, Candace turns around, and I grabbed Richie, and I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta go. And I didn't tell him that part until after the fact.
Yeah, I was there thinking, God, man, don't say that out loud.
I think you even said that to him.
I did.
After he screamed.
Yes, I was like, Richie, she's there. Stop making it worse.
And so then, there was other things going on. So it was me, Aaron, Richie. I was having a great night. And so we went and got dinner, and I just looked at both of them because stuff was happening. And I went, damn, y'all's lives suck, and I took the biggest bite of my burger. I was so happy. There was so much drama, even outside of the three of us, at that, like, I don't know what you call, after the show when you talk to all the actors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was just so much happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I even saw, like, people getting mad at each other. I saw people, like, friendships were ending. Like, it was weird. But I just got to watch all of it. I got to be no part of it. But also, that's kind of how, not gonna lie, I love to hear tea. I know that most people don't want to admit it, but we all love to hear some gossip.
I love it.
As long as I'm not a part of it, I'm all about hearing it. So just being around it, I was happy. Because it made my life better. I was just like, oh, cool. Yeah. My life's okay. Like, I just felt better about anything that was going on my end.
I mean, and then that story just circulated throughout the entirety of their school.
I did tell a lot of people. Yeah. Richie accepted it, and Richie, like, jokes about it now. But we do bring up her name quite a bit. Obviously with her real name, there's a pun I'm not going to use.
Yeah.
But that pun is brought up in regular conversation, maybe at least once. Every time I see it. There was one time he got into my car, and John had pulled up Candace's Instagram and went, hey, do you know this girl? And Richie slammed the door and walked away for a good 2 minutes and then came back. He was, like, sarcastically upset.
Yeah.
It's very clear when Richie's, like, upset versus, like, sarcastically upset. But I feel like that's a majority.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, who else could we talk about in the group? We can talk about how Sean introduced his girlfriend to my mom.
Sure.
So, Sean and I were just in a show together. Sean brought his girlfriend came to see him. And we were like, okay, cool. My mom was, like, saying hi to everybody. And Sean goes, this is my sister, gesturing to his girlfriend. And Isabel is one of the sweetest people on the planet. I love her so much. She's so nice. She wanted to die in those 5 seconds. Because Isabel kept trying to be like, no. And Charlie going, yes, my sister. I kissed my sister, and then kissed her. And from my mom. My mom's horrified. Like, what is happening? I told my mom, I was like, oh, he's joking. They're actually boyfriend and girlfriend. And she just looked at me and went, why? Why would he make that joke? And I was like, I don't get Sean. I still don't to this day. I will never understand that man.
Oh, yeah.
Just like I'll never understand their dynamic. I say this all the time. I am so happy that they're together.
Yeah.
They are such a lovely couple. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe Sean's like, one of those people that's completely different when they're with their significant other. Because I think all of us are to some degree. But yeah, so that was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time my mom, I think, had a real conversation with Sean, and B, met Isabel. It was a lot.
Good first impression.
Good. Oh my god.
Which speaks to his chaotic energy.
Well, my mom, like, it's hard for her to memorize my friends' names. Like I I just talk to new people. And so she'll be like, oh yeah. So like, there's this one friend. I have this really short friend that's like full of energy, and I called her a firecracker. So my mom calls her firecracker. And Sean is known as girlfriend's sister. Just
name.
because, I mean, there were worse titles to give out in that scenario.
Yep.
No incest was the title. That's thank God. But it was just so it will burn in her mind for probably the rest of the time that Sean is in. She will always remember him as that dude that did that joke. There's nothing you can do about it. You're recognizable enough. I mean, we won't talk them here, but you talked politics with my mom, and you guys agreed on a lot of things. You can guess what we are, by the way, with theater and everything, but I'll just avoid all those topics, at least for now. I'm sure there'll be an episode where we really dig into it, but not at episode 0. That's suicide.
That is where we draw the line, right?
So my mom knows and knows Richie. I'm trying to think what other titles. At one point, like, called this never happened again. Time, and I showed a photo of John because my mom couldn't remember what John looks like. John has also been on a couple times, not super often. But like, like Stuart Little, and so I call John Stuart Little now because it's perfect. Short glasses, I love it.
No, he vibe.
It's the vibe of Stuart Little. Not even actually Stuart Little, but the kid that watches over Stuart Little is the one I'm referencing. But both work. I literally, if Stuart Little became a human, the whole plot would be a twin because they are the exact same.
Yep.
If that rat became human.
But what about Neve?
How about Neve? Oh, she knows Neve.
Oh no.
No nickname for that one. Richie, she at one point like the big energy. Like, I know she wouldn't say crackhead, but she the one with like big energy. Like, she would gesture this way all the time, and I was like, yes, that's Richie.
Yeah.
But now Richie comes over often enough. Stuart Little. I could talk about that movie. But what was like, okay, well, we can kind of go to movies. What was like a movie that you watched, like you could burn the how often you?
Oh, maybe Star Wars episode.
Oh, really? You love Duel of Fates. You're all about that.
Oh, that's a great one. That's Fates? No, that's a song from episode 1.
No, that's an episode. That's episode 3.
No?
When Anakin and Obi-Wan fight.
Are you sure it's not the Darth Maul fight?
I don't think it is.
It might be. Okay,
both titles work though.
They do
for
work.
both. Yeah.
Okay, it might be. It might be because Duel wouldn't make sense with.
Fun.
Killing me. I should know this one. Duel of the Fates is.
I can't wait to be right. Oh. It is episode 1.
Yes, I'm a Star Wars fan, and the reason it's called Duel of the Fates is because like Anakin's dependent on this because if Qui-Gon lived,
he would make Anakin a good guy.
Yeah. That was the fate part of it. And
there you go.
So cool. Star Wars lore.
So we're talking about different episodes. So episode 3.
Yes.
Love that duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and
there's so many big duels.
There's
like
the planet.
Grievous. Oh, Mustafar.
There's Grievous. There's Dooku.
Mm-hmm. Palpatine.
Yes, and then Samuel L. Jackson almost so close to killing
Oh
Palpatine.
yes,
So
just
close.
so many good lightsaber battles. That's why I love that one so much. So much intensity, always up here.
Well, yeah, it needs to show because episode 4 is like you're supposed to believe everything's a shit show. Like the rebellion is just barely holding on. They just got like this one thing that shows how to blow up the Death Star, and Princess Leia's like, finally, we have some good news. While Darth Vader's just going through the hallway murking everybody.
Yeah,
That last scene in Rogue One is so good.
so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can tell a story of how it's really simple of how I really spoiled like Rogue One. Most cliche thing ever. So I saw it in theaters, and I was in high school, and I was in orchestra room. I was talking to my cellist across the room. We were corner to corner, yelling, "Oh, did you see Rogue One? Oh yeah, it was so cool. Oh, what's your favorite part?" And then I didn't say that. I said, "Oh yeah, my favorite part is the one when they all died at the end."
Huh?
And that's when everyone turned around and said, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
Whoa!"
okay, but to be fair, they should know. It's between episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I guess Jin Urso and them could have lived.
Yeah.
And then like maybe make an appearance in episode 9.
Yeah.
Because 9 wasn't out yet.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I would have assumed though. If I had known the overarching plot, I would have assumed everyone got murdered.
Surprised me.
Yeah. Oh, we went to go see oh, the movie by the way that I burned is Racing Strike.
Is that like a horse?
Yeah.
Is that the zebra?
The zebra with the blue mask
Yeah.
and the flies chilling in poop.
That part, but
I thought it was so funny as a kid. Oh my god, my sense of humor has gotten better as I've gotten older, as many of us. Actually, yeah, there was this TikTok that I sent Aaron that I thought was so funny, but it had a fart joke, and Aaron went, "This ain't it, Chief." He does not find farts funny. I still do. But luckily now I kind of have a foot in like both worlds of like, oh, I find the kid stuff funny, but I also, I've seen Wes Anderson. I get advanced
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think what's some other like comedic movies I'm all about. I love Simpsons movie.
That's
so
a good
many
one.
quotable lines.
Oh yeah.
So funny. Should not be as good as it is.
And you know what's interesting about that movie? That was the first appearance of Spider-Ham. Porker.
Really?
Yeah, that's not real.
Damn
I'm
it.
making that like Spider Pig. That part.
Dude, I thought
imagine.
I was like, oh my god, did they get the idea from? Oh damn, that would have been so cool.
No, it would have, but no, it might have maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how long Spider-Ham has been a character. That's my Spider-Man lore is only as far as the movies go.
Oh,
Do we want to talk about Spider-Verse?
Would I think, especially the first one.
It's been long enough. I think.
Yeah.
Like if you want to see it, definitely seen it by now.
And if you don't, just skip this part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best of luck finding it. So I remember me and Richie got to see it a day before it went to the public because we had someone that runs a film festival and they were able to get us in. Really cool. But it sucked not being able to tell people or talk to people about it. So then we went with like 8 of us. Was it 8? It was a huge group of us. You can list the other people. I don't think
Okay.
that matters.
You, me.
Yeah. Let's
see.
So there was 9. I think it was 9.
Oh.
So 9 of us went to go see Cross the Spider-Verse. And I won't go too heavy into spoilers, but they did some really cool stuff with animation. But they did like different animation styles for a lot of these different spider people. Obviously the standout being Hobie, the Spider Punk, because like propaganda newspaper clippings as his animation.
Apparently took like 3 alone.
Well, and everyone now they're like, oh my god, the next one's coming out in March. There's no way. It's gonna get delayed.
Yeah, probably. Unless they were making it at the same time. But
keep in mind, it was originally just gonna be one film. So then they had
Oh.
more ideas and split into 2 films.
Oh, okay. That's
So
why that
there's
happened.
no way that they were working on them at the same time. Um, if you can avoid watching Across the Spider Verse, I would, and here is why. Because that cliffhanger is deadly. Like
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Just when you think like, oh, here starts the third act, it kills you. You're
Yeah.
done.
It's so good. I mean, I don't think long. I've seen a movie that I wasn't expecting to have a cliffhanger. Have a cliffhanger.
Yeah, true.
Like the only one is really Infinity War. I was not aware that there was,
Oh yeah, I always knew
and
that.
yeah, but other than that, there's no where I was just surprised by. I think that's cool.
I hate. I've decided I hate them with a burning passion. Um, that's just me.
Yeah, that just means the third movie is amazing and so hyped.
It just needs. I don't know when it comes out though. That's the thing. We really have no idea. We have no earthly idea when it's time. Whenever it's ready.
Yeah.
2026.
Ugh, old. Imagine we're 30 by the time it comes. I would feel old at that point.
Yeah, but see, now that you said that, that's the only time it's gonna come out now.
Yeah.
So I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about anything that's going on in your life? Exciting.
Fighting? No, I've just been. I've taken this summer very chill because I did a lot this past school year. Kind of a reset for me. A lot of people I knew in high school had graduated. I was kind of like back at ground zero, and that's when I joined. I just went hard into it and kind of developed a name for myself. That was fun, but man, when summer started, I was exhausted. So now I'm just taking it easy. Trying to get into other stuff. Like I just have a couple more obstacles. That like my my upload speed, awful, terrible. I asked Max to test his, and it was like because I don't know if y'all know this. Wouldn't blame me if it didn't. I didn't. To be good at uploading, you gotta make sure that your upload speed is high, and you can do it
Didn't you
on,
say the minimum is 20?
yeah, like the recommended is like 20. If you want to do 1080p FPS, and I decided to test mine. You know what it was? Two, two on a good day. Sometimes it was 95.
Oh
That's
my god.
awful. Like that's barely 720 60. Yeah, and I asked Max, "How's yours?" Like 100, like 95. I was like, "Oh my god, this is excessive."
Well, okay, so the reason that my upload speed is so high is because my dad knew from like years ago that I was going to be a tech nerd. As you'll see by my room, it is covered in blues and purples. We have lights up here that are blue and purple. We got wall lights. We got lamps. We got
Wow.
everything. Even the screen itself is blue and pink. Um, so like my dad gave me my own Wi-Fi. He was like, I need to buy a separate thing for you because I want to survive winter. Um, and so yeah, I have a Wi-Fi network called MaxNet. Why would I tell you the password? But it's another
Yeah.
inside joke. Not that
That you
y'all
can't
could
know
use
about.
it. Yeah, not that y'all could use it anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I love these colors specifically blue, the kind of like bright blue and pink, just because it's very chill, very that lo-fi like synth wave, car driving down the street.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all
At
about that.
night.
Yeah,
Love that vibe.
I love the neon Tokyo kind of city
Oh
vibe.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a sucker
Uh,
for that too.
I
Spawn.
yeah, I love when animes do it a bunch.
You should see his on like. Look at that. Oh.
if the mic suddenly falls because I that
Now we get the boom.
think I think this will fall at some point. But you know, it'll be exciting when it does. Maybe it'll kick the chicken out of Aaron's hand.
Oh no, jump scare incoming.
Jump scare.
um,
Oh,
yeah. What?
maybe I should talk about that. How I don't like why I don't like horror.
Oh yeah, let's talk about why Max is a bitch.
Yeah. So for me, it's not a violence or a blood thing. Um, I I don't mind like Gears of War. I don't mind. It's loud, sharp noises that kill me. Ever since I've been a kid, I've just never been a fan of it. I don't know how bad it is, like if it's more mental, more physical. But when even now, I am 23 years old. I will go to movie theaters and I will do this. And I was watching a movie with somebody, and they kept pulling my hands away because
Really?
they were like you just gotta do it. And my brother was the same way too, and I would like physically fight to get my fingers back. I don't know how much of it's mental. I assume a majority of it is. Because I can handle like concerts just fine, whatever. It's just the large sudden like snap of it all gets me.
Yeah, that's the part. That's the part of sound.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of like horror games I like. Well, I love the Resident Evil series. They do jump scares, but not super often. It is more about creepy atmosphere, like boo,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I will say, like, I'm not like a strong man stuff. Like, I don't cover my ears. What I'll do is I'll like my eyes
And like prep, yeah.
Yeah, that's the most I'll do. I'll like when the jump scare happens. So I'm not immune. I just subject myself to the pain.
Sure. Yeah, what's the word? I hate it. That's a word for it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
But like I'm playing through Dead Space. Dead Space has got some jump scares. Like there's a part where you're going down a hallway and then like suddenly a tentacle monster grabs your leg and drags you through.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. And I so bad at playing it because I'm maybe 2 chapters away from the end. I haven't touched it in months.
Oh.
Like I was still in school.
Oh man.
Thing is, I didn't even stream it because I wasn't back yet. Like back to like be live. So it's recorded. I have a recorded gameplay walkthrough, whatever, of my entire journey through Dead Space up to chapter 11, and there's 13 chapters. I'm not far. I just need to go back and finish.
Yeah.
Thing is, it's like while I didn't stream it and I'm not good at editing on the to-do list, so now I kind of just want to finish the game and then compress it to like maybe 15 minutes of like best of moments. There are parts where I'm like, you motherfucker, and then just like starting to stomp it because that's like the whole point of the game, stomp them dead.
Yeah.
And like I get so pissed when they scare me, and then like I overshot the dead bodies because I was like, I need to make sure that they're actually dead. It's just a waste of my bullets and resources.
Zombieland, double tap.
Exactly. Those were good. But yeah, so like there are some horror games that haven't appealed to me. We're actually about to play GTFO, which that's not. I don't mind jump scares that are built into the gameplay. Like if I'm going down a dark hallway, I can run. I decide when the jump scare happens. Because you're gonna see when we play GTFO, I'm just gonna fully book it down a hallway, just to be like, okay, whatever's about to scare me, I'm prepared for the next 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's why I can play horror games more than I can watch horror. Yeah. I'm actually starting to like horror games. If I can fight the monster. I will never play Alien Isolation because I can't fight it.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, I can at least shoot the thing that's scaring me and move on. But even then, I don't know how much I'd call Resident Evil horror. It's more like thriller. Resident Evil 8 definitely had some scary moments. Did you ever play Resident Evil 8?
No. Are you talking about 7 though? Biohazard?
Biohazard's pretty scary.
That one's really
scary. You care if I spoil 8?
No.
Okay, so there's a section in 8 where you're in the basement of a dollhouse.
Oh,
and then this giant baby fetus comes out and starts to chase you. And if it grabs you, it shoves you into its mouth feet first and eats you. I cheated so bad. I looked up a walkthrough. I was actively streaming it, and I promise you, under the table, I was looking at my phone going, okay, what the fuck do I do so that I don't have to deal with this? I cheated that entire time. Because I was like, nope, this is not happening. I refuse to accept it. I beat the rest of the game without the walkthrough, but that whole section with the dolls, I hate dolls. Dolls is one of the areas I'm like, nah. Paranormal stuff, fucking hate you. Real life stuff, I can do better.
I'm the same way. Like, I can't handle supernatural. Like, Hereditary scared the life out of me.
Such good acting, though.
Yes. And part of the reason why is because, like, I kind of related to Hereditary in terms of, like, the brother.
Your sister getting decapitated. Yeah.
Yeah, like, my sister actually died. But, no, I just hate supernatural because it's like, okay, if I were in this scenario, what do you do?
Sure.
Yeah, but if it's like a physical killer, like Halloween or Friday the 13th, even if he's a little supernatural, it's like, okay, as long as you can run away from this guy, he's not going to kill you. He's not going to, like, mind telepathy, like, choke you.
I think, well, okay, so there's also campy horror. Like, I don't mind campy horror whatsoever. Like, I love Friday the 13th, all of them. I think they're great. Nightmare on Elm Street, anything from the 90s that, like, did not have the technology to legitimately be scary.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was scary back then. I'm sure kids in the 90s were screaming. Speaking of Scream, that also did, like, really well, and apparently, like, there were news clippings on how, like, it was messing with kids and teenagers, like, mentally, because it hadn't been that far yet. But, like, I don't mind those. It's like the Insidious. I have no want.
No demon.
Paranormal Activity, don't want it. Blair Witch Project, don't want it.
I might.
Okay, well,
I might try that one.
I'll be alone on that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't mind those, and I do like the surge of the killer video games. Like, I loved Friday the 13th, the game.
Yeah.
I played a couple rounds. I didn't really have too many friends to play horror games with. Now I've kind of shifted. I used to have a lot of friends that played shooters, and now I have a lot of friends that exclusively do horror. At least with shooters, I could jump in with them. You will not catch me. I'm sorry. If you wanted a second Phasmophobia stream, I'm gonna need years. But, like, Dead by Daylight doesn't scare me. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And there's just so much to learn now because so much has happened. Like, I remember I played with you and Neve and Sean. You know, we're like, oh, he has this ability. I was like, I have no earthly idea what that does.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you want to equip this, this, and this. And I was like, well, the blood web didn't let me get that part. Like, whatever. So it was always overwhelming. It was a lot.
You could play as the killer, and all the scare is gone.
Yeah, but then, like, before you were gonna kick my ass, and then I'm just gonna be like, whatever.
I would be. The type of horror, what?
They did almost get me with their Resident Evil pack, though. I did buy Leon.
Oh, yeah. The mastermind who.
Oh, Wesker. Yeah.
But, like, the stuff that gets me, like a horror, whenever you see a monster antagonist, but they don't know that yet. Where it's like they're kind of like scanning the room, and you can see there was someone in the they didn't see back and they're gone. I was like, oh, God, just already. I know it's right there. Just turn around and scare me. That's the stuff I hate. Also, I have arachnophobia.
Oh, that's right. You do.
I have arachnophobia.
You hate spiders.
I hate it. And I was playing Hunt Showdown, the tutorial, the advanced tutorial. And in the advanced, you have to go and kill the spider boss by yourself. And I was a little bitch when it came to that. It was so embarrassing. It was like 1 a.m, and I was alone, just doing it by myself. And I stand up in front of my TV, and I turned off the lights, and I was like, God. And I just saw in the little icon in the corner, spider boss. I was like, oh, I want to do it. And I got closer to the warehouse, and I could hear it moving around. I was like, please, no. I don't want to see a giant spider.
Oh, because you hear, like, the legs crawling and stuff?
Oh, yeah, no. I hate that. And so I did the lamest method of killing it. In terms of, there was a little, like, bell outside the front door, and they're attracted to sound. So I would stand outside the warehouse, hit the bell, and then I would hear it scurry to the front door, and I'll be like, okay, I'll just when it comes out. And the first time it appeared, it was so fast, and it just stops right there. And I screamed. I screamed like a little girl. I was like, and then backed up, and I took a shot and missed. I was too scared. And then I was like, I have to keep doing this. And then what happened was, so there's like random zombies that walk around in the background, and I heard them make sounds. I thought, oh, there's one. I turned around, and I saw that they're really far away, and the audio was just being funky. I turned around, I hear the spider creep up, and then it hits me. I was like, oh my god, it can come outside. It can't. Ranged attack. But, oh my god, every time it showed up, I was like, oh, why is it white and long and big? I don't like it. It's gross. It's albino. It just looked uncomfortable. Like, why?
Well, and see, like, everyone has, like, a different fear. Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't mind spiders.
Hey, Harry Potter.
Well, it depends. Depends on the game. Like, Grounded, I didn't like those spiders. Because they were bigger than me. But, like, by much bigger than me. Like, Diablo 4, it's like an overhead view, and, like, a spider runs at you. You kill it in 2 hits, whatever.
Not as bad. Hit it when they fall from the ceiling. Because that's just right there.
Sure. Now, I will say a game that revels in it is Final Fantasy 16.
Oh.
They love to do the sounds, and there's a takedown where it, like, hops on you and then, like, stabs you and jumps back. Yeah. So those are not nice.
I'm so afraid of spiders. I made up a false memory of an experience with a tarantula. Like, I had this memory of, like, back when my family lived in, like, this really small house, and before my sister was even. And I thought that a tarantula got into our house. It was scurrying across the floor, and I jumped on the couch, and I was like saying, kill it! Kill it! And then I grabbed a broom, and they kept hitting it to the left. And my parents said, that never happened. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That didn't happen. They said,
Your
no.
fear made a memory.
Yes. No, it just makes.
Do you want me to tell you a spider memory, or should I keep it to myself?
Do it. Do it for the content.
So in high school, freshman year, one of our teachers had a pet tarantula.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst.
And he was like, does anyone want to let it crawl on them?
Oh, God.
I didn't let it crawl on me because I wanted to live. But this one kid loved it. And he would, like, let it crawl up its arm or whatever. And at one point, he held hands with a kid and let the spider crawl from his arm onto the next person's arm. And we were doing dissection of, like, a frog.
Oh.
And I put my hand down, and the tarantula was running toward my hand. And so I scream. I'm like, oh my God! And my teacher goes, oh, he just wanted to play. Picks up the spider by the hand and then just puts it back in the cage. And that was it. I thought I was going to die because he ran, like, with a fury.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I hate that.
Just...
I can't. Oh, man. If they beeline, it's over.
So wait, like, during Spider-Man, did you hate those parts where Miles has it, like, run up its hand and stuff?
I had to close my eyes. I couldn't do it. I closed my eyes for that. It was too detailed. It was huge. I was like, I can handle the Tobey Maguire one where it's really tiny. Like, it's really small. But that thing was fucking tarantula.
The Alchemax 42, yeah. Well, and I know you hate that shot where it's like screen's coming out of its butt and it's like moving its legs to go down.
Yes. Like, no. They don't need to exist in this universe. Yeah, frogs. Kill insects.
Spiders help a lot, actually. You know what motherfuckers don't help are wasps.
No,
those can go away.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next patch of life. It's like version 2.0.
Yeah.
I've removed wasps, mud daubers, and those Asian hornets. Have you seen how big those are?
No, but I assume it's.
I'm not gonna show you an image, but it's about this. They're called death hornets. They bite you, you're done. Like, no matter what you do, dead. Their venom is so strong, it'll knock you down in like a minute or something crazy. Bro. Could never.
Who did that?
Who?
The animals.
And they were just discovered.
Oh my God. No.
So it makes me go, okay, what's out there?
I know because of some sick, twisted mind I had. I knew that in like Africa or Australia, there's like these spiders that specifically catch birds.
Yeah.
Like jumping tarantulas.
Yes.
Oh my god! Like just imagine that.
I've actually seen them do it too.
Oh my
Because
god! No.
they jump with their legs out and
Oh
then wrap
no!
it around.
That is the worst. I would die if that happened to me. It's a face hugger.
It is a face hugger.
Ah.
It just wants love.
Oh, I hate. Ugh.
I do always feel bad when I come across a spider web and there's a bug in the web, like a fly or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that sucks, homie. I'm not gonna save you. You're done.
Yeah.
You lost. Sorry.
Evolution did not favor you.
kind of going on the happier side of that. I wonder if there's ever been like a species that we've come across in our lives that we didn't know was not categorized. Like we might have seen and discovered a new species, but we don't know because we're not scientists.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
a good-
kinda cool,
a good
right?
Point. Yeah.
I remember one time because my family has a home in Minnesota, a lake house. We were doing one of our walks and we saw a moose. And if you've never seen a moose in real life, look up how big they are. It looked like the apocalypse. Like
That's-
if I stood up next to it, I would maybe get to die.
Really?
Like
You're
it was.
tall.
I'm 6'3".
That's big.
Huge. Like it looked like it was here to tell me that the world was burning. This is it. Like Cthulhu had come to Earth and been like, this is it.
Oh my god.
Run. Like it was crazy. I was walking with my brother and his girlfriend at the time, now wife, and someone else. I think it was one of my cousins. And we looked at that moose and we were just like, it could kill us. Without a thought. It could just run up, step, done. I have discovered a new fear though from Minnesota. Have you heard of deer ticks?
I think I have, but go into more detail.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So what deer ticks do, they're assholes. They burrow into your skin and infect. So they like claw their way through and live in like your leg, and a doctor has to remove it. Because they burrow and like make eggs and then and my parents actually just come home and Tilly, one of our dogs, had 2 ticks in
The
her
chest.
in her chest.
Oh my.
They removed them. She's fine. But they were like, yeah, you're lucky it hadn't started fertilizing. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
God.
I hate bugs. I always have. I don't think that there's a bug that I see besides like dragonflies, butterflies, ladybugs. I go, aw.
Roly poly.
Roly-polies. I do love a pill bug.
Yeah.
Little tap them and then they'll. Yeah, I do love those. God, I hate most bugs though.
Yeah.
Anything that buzzes, I'm not a fan. Anything that can hurt me, obviously not a fan.
Oh no. Like I'm not scared of bugs, but you know I'll get grossed out.
I will say, number one sponsor, not a sponsor, bug assault. That thing is magical. It looks like a Nerf gun. It shoots salt like a bug shotgun. So I just have to sneak up to the bug, get close to it, dead. What sucks, flies go down in 1 hit. Wasps take 3.
Oh.
So if I miss that first shot, it's gonna be mad at me. I guess I could talk about the
Running
bug
gun.
the bug KO that I did
Yes.
like a week ago. There's this giant bug. I could not identify it. I took photos of it. I was calling like 3 of my friends to identify it. Richie tried to use this website that like could identify the bug. It was so big, I do not know what it was. It didn't have a stinger, but I was like, maybe it bites. Because a lot of bugs bite. More biters than stingers. So it did not get near me. It had like 4 wings. Yeah, maybe someone will just be like, oh yeah, it's obviously da-da-da, super harmless. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because it flew. I was going to let it naturally die. I live in a 2-story house. There are windows that are just like on the 2nd story. So like too far away from the railing of the 2nd floor. Super far out. The bug had landed on the railing of the 2nd floor right here. So I was walking down the hallway and it flew up right next to me. That's when I was like, nope, I have to kill this now
Yeah.
because now you've bugged me.
Fun.
you have like you disturbed my peace at this point. So I got the bug assault, and it stayed at the second story window, so it was so far away I could not shoot it. I kept trying to do whatever. I grabbed. I have this Nerf gun that's like semi a sniper.
Yeah.
I shot at it. I missed. I would go pick up the 5 bullets, go back up to the second floor, shoot at it again. I think on my third clip, I hit it directly.
Oh.
And it like flew back and then started to fly at me, and it was loud. So I was like, whatever you're about to do, I'm not going to like. So I threw, like an old Western, I threw down the Nerf gun, grabbed the bug assault with my other hand, and shot it out of the air while it was flying at me. I felt so cool. And then I went downstairs and I stomped on it like 5 times.
Nice.
It was like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I was like, I need to make sure.
Yeah.
I was so close to even just lighting a match and just
so
burning
cool.
it. And so, like, I didn't even, like, I waited until Richie was coming over later that day, and I was like, Richie, I'll leave the body so you can look at it and try to identify it. He's like, I have no earthly idea what the hell that is.
Like the mortuary.
Yeah, so...
You really just said, like, I am superior species. Man is strong.
Well, the thing is, on that second story window, a Nerf dart is still there. It's the Nerf dart that hit him. So now it's a trophy.
I need to see that.
This happened here. You know?
Ow.
Ow.
That.
It was very satisfying. Well, that's it for episode 0.
Yeah.
You got any closing remarks? Anything we want to talk about the podcast specifically? What we're gonna do with it?
Be on the lookout for a live stream version of this.
Yep.
You know?
We're gonna do it Sundays, probably more in the afternoon, night.
Yep.
And the plan is to have guests eventually. I still want like the first few episodes to be just us, so we kind of get a rhythm. But I have someone that does voiceover. I have an artist that I've met. We have a couple of actors that are wanting to, someone that's in the dance industry. So we do have guests coming, but we just want to make sure that we have the basic rhythm of this.
Yeah.
Just so they're comfortable, just so we're comfortable. If something comes up, we know how to handle it. Whatever. This is it.
Oh, it feels good. Have Russian cookie restaurant. I think it'd be
Okay. Ate 2 earlier. Have a third.
okay. Well, third time's a charm. Rule 3 video game.
3. Be invited. That's the
Okay, vampire. Mine says a distant relative will.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah,
Mine says you are talented in many ways.
Oh, look at that. That's a really good one. Oh, is be invited your like translation?
Mhm.
Oh, mine was autumn fall. I love that. It's my favorite.
The next episode, we're going to debate why winter is the best season.
No, I mean my second favorite. Winter's great.
We'll start with
summer.
episode. That'll be the next start of episode 1. This was episode 0. We will put it on the Discord. I'll put it on YouTube, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us after the fact. We'll see y'all next week at some point. I have an audition, so we'll need to figure out the time around that.
Oh. Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It will be there Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy life. Good choices. Kiss your parents.
Bugs.